Okay guys, so today we are going to discuss about schools of psychology. Yes? So what exactly a school? What would be the school? How do we can define a school is? Primary education. Exactly, a group of students. Yes? So school of psychology or any school which defines about a group of people with a similar opinion or similar thought, with a similar ideology, if they are working on one field, can be considered as school. Yes? So when it takes to schools of psychology, so different scholars, yes? So different scholars, they come up with different ideologies but studying psychology. Yes? They all are studying one field called psychology but in a different perspective, in a different manner. Yes? So that is what our topic is today. So we are going to discuss about different schools of psychology. So we have various schools of thought, how actually people understood about the concept of psychology. Yes? It starts from structuralism, then functionalism, behaviorism. Then humanistic psychologists have again came into the picture. They explained about what exactly psychology is different manner. Yes? So each one has their own individual ideology to study about psychology. Yes? So first we will start with structuralism. I think in the initial classes I asked you people who is the father of psychology. Most of you think Sigmund Freud is the father but not. Yes? So, as I already told, 19th century, yes, when psychology emerged as an independent field of study, yes, it's got separated from philosophy and emerged as an independent field. So, in the late 19th centuries, if we can see, the scientific era has introduced in psychology because the establishment of laboratory, yes. In 19th century, Wilhelm Wundt is a person who established laboratory in Leipzig. He is a German professor, and in Leipzig in 1879, he established first laboratory for psychological experimentation. Yes, that's the reason Wilhelm Wundt is known as father of experimental psychology as well as father of psychology. Yes. Because the scientific era, the systematic observation about the behavior has started from Wilhelm Wundt. So he is considered as father of experimental psychology as well as father of psychology. Yes. So what exactly he does? He established a laboratory in Leipzig in the Germany in 1879 and he conducted series of experiments. What are those experiments about? Yes, you might be aware about experiments in physics, chemistry and all these things. Yes. So what exactly a chemist does? They do study about chemical component. Yes. A physicist, they even study the different components of the stimulus which is observable and measurable. The length, width, height, weight. Yes. All these are observable and measurable. A physicist accurately studies about all these things. A chemist studies about the chemical component of any stimulus. Yes. Likewise, a psychologist also studies behavior in the similar manner. Yes. What exactly they do? So, for that, Wilhelm Wundt has introduced a method called introspection. Yes, he introduced a method called introspection. So, what exactly introspection is? Exactly, yes. So, okay, next one. So, it's a scientific observation, self-observation. It's a systematic observation of oneself or looking ourselves within. Yes, looking within. How do we feel? How do we think? Yes, what are intentions? What are our motives? So all these things we are studying. So through this introspection method, he introduced this systematic observation. Yes, what exactly he was studying? What do our feelings, thoughts, our emotions and our motives do explains about? The consciousness. Yes, through this we can identify how do we consciously at this moment. Yes, so structuralists, through their experimentation, they try to study systematically these conscious experiences. Okay, what are these conscious experiences are? Presently, how we are feeling. You all are sitting in this classroom, so how you are feeling about the environment. Yes, the seating arrangement, the classroom arrangement. Presently, you are in this moment and how you are experiencing it. That is what introspection method. Yes, so scientifically they try to explain. Yes, so how do we can? Again, Wilhelm Wundt, what he said, if we present some stimulus, you all are sitting here, yes, you all of a sudden you heard some loud noise from outside. What's your psychological reaction towards it? Yes, actually physicists study about the intensity of that noise. Yes, that is what their experimentation. But our subject matter, what exactly we do study? We do study about behavior. But at that time, in 19th century, they used to study, psychology was a study of consciousness. Yes, still at that time, behavior wasn't introduced. So in 19th century, the major concept towards studying psychology is nothing but study of consciousness. So how do we can study the consciousness? With his method introspection. So he introduced this concept of introspection in his experimentation process. So he presented various stimulus to the participants and he asked them to just express your psychological reaction towards that stimulus. Yes, when you heard a loud noise, what's your psychological reaction towards it? When you see a bright light, what's your psychological reaction towards it? Yes, he started asking people about their personal experiences whenever they come across to any stimulus. Understood? Okay, so he identified almost 30,000 to 44,000. There is different sources are giving different number. So it starts from 30 different experiences. Okay. So this is what Wilhelm Wundt's study. Then previous one. So Titchener. Yes. So Edward Titchener. So he is a student of Wilhelm Wundt. Wilhelm Wundt only introduced the concept or method of introspection and he conducted series of experimentations. Yes, how do people psychologically experience whenever a stimulus is presented? But he expanded the concept. Okay, he expanded the concept and he coined the term structuralism. Most of the in so many examinations, like they might ask you in multiple choice questions, people do ask like who is the father of structuralism or who coined the term structuralism. In your choices, if you have Titchener's name along with Wilhelm Wundt, go for Titchener. Okay? If they are not given Titchener's name, simply they have given Wilhelm Wundt, you can go ahead with Wilhelm Wundt. Yes, you need to observe these two names. So the term structuralism was coined or introduced by Titchener. Yes, and he expanded the theory. And what he said, consciousness, whatever we are studying, yes, Wilhelm Wundt said immediate psychological reaction when we exposed to some stimulus. That could be a sound or color or could be anything. Okay, a bright light or weather changes, could be anything. What's our psychological reaction towards it? But Titchener said, yes, this consciousness we can study it in a systematic manner. What he said, we can break down the consciousness into different components. Yes, we can break down this consciousness into different components. What are those components? Yes, sensations, images and feelings. So for example, if I ask you to imagine a red apple, yes, will you able to imagine that figure? Yes, will you able to see a red color, a shape? Yes, even if I allow you to think about it, even you can taste it. Yes, you can feel that taste. Yes, instead of apple, if I ask you to imagine a lemon, yes, squeeze the lemon on your tongue, then what happens? We do feel that, we do experience. Yes, so that is our psychological reaction towards the stimulus. We can sense that soreness. Yes, on our taste palate, we can sense it. Yes, that is what sensation. What's your skin senses, what's your ears can sense, what's your tongue can sense. Yes, so we all have 5 sensory organs. So what's our sensation? Yes, how much pressure you experience. If I touch with a feather, or if I poke with a pen or needle or something, what's your psychological reaction for that sensation? Yes, if a mosquito bites you, what's your psychological reaction for that sensation? Yes, so first concept is the sensation. Second one is your image. What kind of picture comes in your mind? Yes, so if I say mosquito, immediately you can figure it out how mosquito looks like. If I say elephant, immediately your brain will project a picture. Yes, how an baby elephant looks like, an adult elephant looks like, so you can differentiate. Yes, those are your mental maps. So at present, what you can imagine. So that is what images, and what feelings you attach to those reactions. Yes, so our feelings vary if we listen a loud noise and a melodious music. Yes, definitely there is a variation for the stimulus presented in front of us. Yes, all of us can identify or differentiate our feelings, our thoughts, our sensations. Yes, we can make some images in our mind whenever we come across to any stimulus. Okay, so this is what the structuralist experimentation is. Whenever we presented a stimulus, how our consciousness is working towards it. Yes, but there are limitations. Yes, can we say that children, the young children, can have all these mental maps or sensations or feelings? Definitely not. We cannot expect from a child. Yes, can you expect the same sensory experiences or feelings or images from a mentally retarded person? Completely mentally retarded. May or may not, depends on the intensity. Yes, fully we cannot expect. Can we expect the same scenario with animals? Do animals can explain? Yes, what they are feeling, what they are sensing? Definitely not. So it is limited only to the individuals who are mentally fit. Yes, so we cannot confine psychology only to the limited scope, limited people. Yes, if we are taking it as a separate field, we should be able to apply to the entire organism, what we have discussed earlier, all living beings, we should be able to explain. So that is where it has its own limitations. Yes, consciousness, again, when we are explaining about our own thoughts, feelings, our own experiences, those are subjective in nature. Yes, others cannot directly observe, others cannot directly measure it. Yes, there is no objectivity over there. We cannot measure it. Yes, it is not empirical in nature. So these are the criticisms towards structuralism. Yes, so structuralism faced this criticism, though there are a lot of work has taken place, they have conducted series of experiments, but still it has faced lot of criticisms, and this criticism led to led to the emergence of another fields or another schools of thoughts. Those are functionalism, behaviorism, or humanistic psychology. Likewise, there are many other schools of thoughts emerged. Yes? Can we say, okay, there is a criticism for structuralism. Can we say that we are no way using this structuralism? Yes? Can we say that this scientific, whatever the Wilhelm Wundt conducted the experiments in his laboratory has completely gone waste? There was no the practical implication for it? Definitely not. Yes? Even today, in modern era, still we are using the concept which was given by structuralism. Yes? What was their ideology? Whenever a physical stimulus is presented, yes? What is stimulus? Which evokes a response in an organism. Okay? That could be a color, sound, or could be anything. A pressure, could be anything. So what's your psychological reaction? So the present, in the modern era, cognitive neuroscience field, yes, they do follow the ideology of structuralism. Yes, so the area psychophysics, Titchener is the father of psychophysics. What exactly psychophysics is? Wilhelm Wundt has taken the ideology of this introspection, whatever concept he introduced, that was inspired by Titchener's ideology of psychophysics. Yes, whenever a physical stimulus is presented in front of a human being, immediately there is a psychological reaction towards it. Yes, when you taste something too sweet, too hot, or too bitter, definitely we do have some psychological reaction towards it. We may like it, we might not like it. Yes, so that is immediate psychological reaction towards. So the same concept is applied in the present field in cognitive neuroscience as well as psychophysics. So what exactly they are doing by using these concepts? Yes, so the technology what we are using right now, yes, to make it more user friendly, they are using this concept. How? I'll give you one simple example. How many of you in your childhood might have seen this Chhota Bheem? Yes, most of you, almost everyone. Yes, so this is what your childhood. You might have brought up by seeing all the episodes and movies of Chhota Bheem. Yes, so what was his color, dress color? Orange. Yes, so on what basis they might have decided orange? Laddu. Brain? Bravery. Okay. Yes. So not exactly the bravery laddu or something. So before they have created this figure, cartoon figure of Chhota Bheem, they have conducted series of experiments on children. Yes. So there was an experiment called eye tracking. Yes. So they do project different colors in front of children and they see where the child is looking. What was their first concept, like which color attracts more to them. So with that eye tracking machine or device, they identify orange is most attractive color. Yes, based on that they have designed this Chhota Bheem's dress. Yes, so likewise, so what exactly happened here? Whatever Wilhelm Wundt in 1879, whatever the experiment he had conducted, we are using the same technique now. We projected various stimulus and we are seeing psychological reaction towards it. Yes? So this is what the field psychophysics and cognitive neuroscience very well uses the concept of Wilhelm Wundt's or Titchener's concept of introspection or psychophysics, and they are developing their fields. Yes, this is what the practical application of structuralism, concept of structuralism. Yes, it's got rejected based on it is studying consciousness. There is no objective evaluation over there. It is completely dependent on subjectivity. Yes, that was the only limitation. But it has its own credits to explain about human reaction or psychological reaction towards a stimulus. I hope you people understood what exactly the structuralism, what's the concept, how it has evolved, yes, how we are using the same concepts in the present era also. Okay. So once if it is clear, then we can move to the next school of thought. Okay. So structuralism more emphasized on dividing the consciousness into multiple components. Yes, what they have done, they did not study consciousness as usual. They have divided that into different components and they have studied. And functionalists, what exactly they said? We cannot divide our consciousness. Yes, we cannot take it as an individual components. According to functionalists, the same consciousness is a holistic process. Yes, we cannot divide them into different parts. So based on this ideology, they have built their own school of thought, which is known as functionalism. That we will discuss later.